welcome back to time. Well, let me get that real fast. Okay. There you go. Sorry about that. A little bit of feedback, but yeah, welcome back to the Comic Book Theater. This is the first time I'm doing Q&J on here. This is where it's going to be at from now on. It's not going to be on Frontline. It's going to be right here on Comic Book Theater. So just want to start off with, this is my San Diego one. So this is episode 31. The rest of them are in a playlist in this on my channel, so you can go check them out, and it will link you to the videos on Comic Frontline. So let's see. Alan says, bro, that Picard trailer, watched it 1,000 times, and the news about Tom Welling. So many questions. What news about Tom Welling are you referring to? Like, who's that girl? Is connected to the Borg somehow? Yeah, I know. I need to know who she is. There's so many theories on who she could be. Let's see. Maybe she's Hugh's daughter or something. And what's 7 of 9 doing there? Yeah, and she's speaking more human. You know, she's not as Borg like. She used to talk like Data, you know, or Tuvok. Actually, like very direct and very proper. Now she's a little bit like, what the hell are you doing here? You know, like she's a little bit more relaxed. So it's interesting to see that growth in her. Which again, 20 years she should grow. So which state are we getting? We are getting, Brent Spiner has said in an interview, that body that we seen in the drawer is actually B4, but he's going to be playing Data. So it is actually Data that he's going to be playing. So we are going to get Data, and we're going to see B4's body. So I'm guessing Data's consciousness is going to be brought out of B4, like in the comic book, and like on Star Trek Online. So I think that's what they're going with that. So many questions. I know, dude. I watched that trailer so many times. I can't tell you how many times I watched that trailer, because I just kept watching it over and over and over and over and over. It's just freaking awesome. And we still got Star Trek Las Vegas in like 2 weeks. So there's going to be even more stuff coming out. I bet you we get some of Riker in that. Let's see. Alan also says, in all the Marvel stuff coming out, the biggest news of all, Cat finally gets a female Thor. Yes, Jane Foster is coming back to Thor, but we're going to touch on that on Frontline Live, I think, tomorrow. So, and I think we're going to be doing a topic time on San Diego too. So tune in for our topic time, which will be up on Wednesday, sometime during the day on Wednesday. So that would be cool for us to do that. Bernie says the Picard trailer surprisingly doesn't look that bad. Looks like it's an actual budget instead of Discovery. Discovery and Picard both have good budgets. I mean, but Discovery has a really good budget. These are higher budgets than you see on the TV show. So Bernie says, ironically, the same day they announced Phase 4, Avengers Endgame became the highest grossing movie of all time. Well, I think it's people were expecting it, so a lot of people wanted to go see it. Jay is getting his cup of coffee. No, Jay does not drink coffee. I haven't drank coffee since I was probably 12 or 13. I haven't drank any coffee at all. Like, I don't even sip it at all. Like, I don't drink anything. Alan says Jay doesn't need coffee. He's Skynet, and Skynet doesn't run on coffee. Exactly. Tony Robinson says, Jay, what's up? What's up, Tony Robinson? Welcome to the thing. Welcome to the show. I'm sorry, the thing. I'm sorry. Alan Mullen sent me a link for the Tom Welling news. Let's see. Okay, this is We've Got It Covered. They're not 100% reliable on what they report, so I'm not really going to take what they say as facts, but Tom Welling and Linda Carter reportedly returning for Crisis on Infinite Earths. That would be interesting. I mean, we do know Brandon Roth is coming back as Superman, and it appears to be Kingdom Come Superman, but Linda Carter has already played the president on Supergirl, so she's an alien who's shapeshifts. So we already know who she would be, unless she is playing that too. Tony Robbins says, I hope Omega Rangers gets adapted. Dude, Tony, Did you see the I'm looking over here because I'm looking at the screen, but Tony, did you see the Omega Ranger helmets from San Diego Comic Con? They're freaking beautiful. Star Child, I think it's called Star Child. They Star Child props. They did the actual helmets for them. They look beautiful, and they did a whole costume for Omega Red Ranger. I just freaking love it. And then a fan took the head of Jason as when he was on season 1, season 2, and they placed it on top of that costume. It looks freaking amazing. Burning says, if we're diving into Comic-Con, you know what I'm legitimately hyped for. Jendi Tarkovsky's Primal. I haven't heard about that. So you want to share? I'll read it off on here. Let's see. Alan says the Mega Rangers looks awesome. Yes, they do. And this Wednesday's issue of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, whoosh, I love it. The Marvel, Tony says Marvel has 4 network shows left. They have a bunch now, though. They're coming out with a bunch on streaming. So I think Marvel's future in TV is going to be streaming. They're not going to worry about the they're not really worrying about the TV platforms. They're worrying about streaming. So that's low key Star Trek hat though. Oh yeah, this cat actually got me this from I think it was a San Diego Comic Con a couple years ago. Cat got me this hat. So it was like 2 or 3 years ago, I want to say. She got me the hat at San Diego Comic Con. So thank you for Cat for this hat again. And I had to wear it because of the freaking trailer. I had to. I'm going to be wearing this tomorrow too. Let's see. Tony says, yeah, Jay, they were dope. I know, they're freaking awesome. I love them. They might sell them because I know Star Child Prop sells like the Nova range. Not the Nova. What are they called? I'm trying to think of what's her name. I can't think of her name right now. The Ranger from Beyond the Grid. I can't think of her name for some reason. Ari. They're selling Ari's helmet right now. So, what type of morphers do you want them to have? Wrist morphers or handheld? I can't say, Tony, because I know that already. So I can't say it. I can't say it because I read the issue for Wednesday already. So I know the morpher that they have. I will be reviewing that right here on Wednesday. It will be early Wednesday morning. You'll be able to watch that review. So, but yeah, I already know the answer to that, what morpher they have. Alan Mullen says, oh my God, Austin St. John coming back mid mind blown. I know that was friggin' awesome. It's been rumored for a while, but it was nothing confirmed. All right. So I know that hashtag show was the first one to break the news. They said that they knew it from a source within the production, but you can't always trust sources from within the production because sometimes plans change. Sometimes it's, someone's just trying to get their name out there because we've heard a lot of sources from close production and all that. But this is legit. Austin St. John is returning as Jason. It's going to be the Dino team up. We've got Dino Thunder Blue Rangers in there. But we're not sure what actors are coming back, okay? We're not sure what actors are coming back. We do know that Dino Charge had 4 actors in New Zealand at the time of the filming, so there could be those coming back, but we have Dino Thunder Blue is in that clip. We had Mighty Morphin Pink, Mighty Morphin Blue, Dino Charge Blue, Red, Blue, Black, and Gold, I think it was. Yeah, Gold. Those were the ones that were in that clip. Burning says, I thought they were going to be something on Frozen 2. Missed opportunity. They'll probably save that for another convention somewhere. I think Disney normally does Marvel at San Diego Comic Con because it's a comic book thing. Alan says maybe at New York Comic Con. Yeah, maybe at New York Comic Con they might do that. As for Primal, is Tarkovsky's new show on Adult Swim, a much more raw and gritty version of Samurai Jack. Okay. See, I don't watch Adult Swim really. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really watch Adult Swim. Let's see. Sorry, it went down. Tony says, Jay, I saw fans not just happy Austin's coming back and not interested in watching Beast Morphers. Just happy Austin's coming back and not interested in Beast Morphers. A lot of people aren't interested in Beast Morphers. A lot of people aren't interested in Ninja Steel. So it all depends on your fandom. I like Beast Morphers. I think Beast Morphers is the best Power Ranger since the Disney era. So, and that's only, I've watched 12 episodes so far because I watched some of the episodes that have been coming out from Australia. So, because I got a channel that allows me to see that. Oh, and by the way, I won this on Twitter this week. Just wanted to show this real fast. Lord Draken pins. This is his original, and that's his final evolution pin, the red one. So, this was I forget his name. Let me see if I can get it real fast. I'll tweet it. I tweeted it out. So follow me on Twitter, and you'll see it. I tweeted it out. Thank you for it. So it's one of my pictures on Twitter, so you can check it out. But yeah. I know on Instagram is Power Rangers Actors on Instagram, and then his Twitter is something else. I can't think of his Twitter right now, but pretty cool thing I won. Let's see. Tony says if they make more Omega Rangers, they could reveal that Trini had a daughter and she is yellow. I don't think they're going to be doing that. I don't think they're going to be doing that because the comic book. I think they're staying in the comic book, and I think in the comic book, it's going to be just, just Trini. I mean, it's just going to be just, what we're seeing in the comic book. So I don't think they're going to go into the legacy aspect of it. But it would be cool if down the future they have, kids and they take up the mantles of their parents. That would be pretty cool. I do wonder, though, how this takes place with Mighty Morphin Pink, where Mighty Morphin Pink took over, Zach and Trini went there and they had those powers. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Let's see. Burning says, if we're going into the negatives of Comic-Con, I still have no interest in Terminator Dark Fate. It looks and sounds really lame. I'm indifferent with Terminator. I think I cut off at like Terminator T2. Like I think that was like my ending of it, like where I was really interested in it. Everything after that, I was just like, oh, okay, more Terminator. So for me, I haven't been hyped. I haven't been whelmed or underwhelmed. I've just been, whatever. So Alan says, imagine if Billy and Kimberly was to show up. I don't think their actors are going to be there. I think that they might get either David Yost and either Amy Jo Johnson or Catherine Sutherland to do the voice acting, which is ADR. So I think that's what they'll do. They'll do the voice acting for it, but they won't actually do the suit the acting. I think the only ones that are the 4 Dino Charge Rangers are supposed to be coming back because they were in New Zealand at the time of the filming, so they're rumored to be coming back. And then we have Austin St. John coming back. So we're having 5 people coming back for it. And Dino Thunder Blue might come back because I know the actor has said he would come back for a Power Rangers team up episode or something like that. But I think he could just be ADR too. So I think him, Billy, and Kimberly or Kat could be ADR. And then Jason, Tyler, Hoda, I can't think of the other 2 right now off the top of my head. I'm still reeling from Comic-Con, so I think they'll Black and Gold, they'll be coming back too. Let's see. Chase and Ivan. Tony says, I watched them too, Jay, and I can't wait for more episodes. Yeah, I've been loving them. I've been loving everything that Beast Morphers has been coming out with. I'll actually have my review for Beast Morphers tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to do it this weekend because it was way hella too hot to record anything. I really did not feel like doing anything. I was going to do this show last night, but it was like 101 degrees here with a heat index like in the 120s. So I wasn't going to do crap last night, and I didn't want to do that. So I'll be recording that right after this. I'm going to be recording my review for Beast Morphers episode 12, and I'll be getting that out for you tomorrow. I'll also be reviewing Young Justice episode 18, I think. Yeah, 18. Let's see. It's either 18 or 19. Whatever the next episode of Young Justice is that comes out tomorrow, I'll be reviewing that tomorrow. Tony says, Jay, do you find it weird that when some fans still think Saban owns Power Rangers? Yes. A lot of people still think Saban owns it. They're like, oh, Hasbro only has the rights to the toys. No, Hasbro outright owns Power Rangers. They control the whole IP of Power Rangers across the board. The only thing that I'm not sure of if they own yet is I think they Fox, which is now owned by Disney, has distribution rights to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, and so I don't think that they have the rights to that back yet. Unless Saban bought them back from Disney. I mean, from Fox, I don't think they have it. I think that's owned by Disney now. So, which just means that they can't bring out a new DVD or something like that. If it's brought out, Disney gets all that money from it and all that stuff. So, Burning says, it's sad to see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. go. Irony is when Joss Whedon left the show, got way better. Hopefully, it's a solid goodbye. I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is Marvel's best television work. And it's honestly, I am more satisfied with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. than I have been with the movies overall as a whole. I am more satisfied with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as a TV show than I am with the Marvel movies as a whole. Connor, Alan, I don't think Connor will come back, right? Dino Thunder Ranger. If they do anything, he might like this much might do ADR, but I don't even think he'll do that. I think they'll have someone pretend to be him in ADR. They'll try to pretend his voice over an ADR, or they'll say someone else is the Dino Thunder right now. They'll say he passed it on, like, Connor moved away to Scotland or something. Like he moved away, and this person's taking over. We passed the power on to this person. I can see that happening, like kind of what they did with Bridge in SPD, where he became the Red Ranger. Jay, do you think the commander will contact Jason to come help the Rangers? I don't know, but I think it's interesting that in that trailer for the season 2, the team up and all that, the little teaser we got, that Devin knew who Jason was. It looked like it was the first time me and Jason was like, Jason, so maybe Jason is a part of Grid Battle Force. Maybe he's like a legend, or maybe just the original Rangers are known to the public now. Like maybe after Countdown to Destruction, all the old Rangers came out and said, we are Rangers, this is our identity, or something like that. Maybe somehow, some way, Jason's identity as a Power Ranger is revealed. I am interested in seeing what his backstory is now and everything, because the last time we had him, it was like in Power Rangers, it was Power Rangers on Wild Force, the Countdown to the Forever Red episode, and we had Jason in there, and he was a little bit different. He was off. That's because the writer, what was his name, Ahmed something, wrote him that way because he wanted to do the adaptation of Hurricaneer, which was going to be called Hexagon, Power Rangers Hexagon. You can look that up. I did not like the treatment for that. that the proposed treatment, which thank God Saban passed on. I mean Disney passed on. But yeah, I didn't like the way that they were going to do it, so I'm pretty satisfied with what we got instead. Let's say, let's see. Burning says Brooklyn Nine-Nine and The Good Place did great panels this year. Kat covered The Good Place, so stay tuned with the Kat's channel, Hayden Claire Heroes. She's going to be doing interviews with people from The Good Place. So if you're into The Good Place, Kat has those. She also has like The Flash and Supergirl and Arrow and a whole bunch of other videos coming up within the next 2 days. You know, she'll have them all popping up on her channel. So subscribe to Kat and ring the notification bell, and you'll get all those notifications as they come up for the different shows that she's interviewed people for. It's really cool. Let's see. Burning says, question, what's the best Comic-Con trailer you saw aside from Picard? Aside from Picard, the Power Rangers, honestly. I think that was the best one for me, the Power Rangers trailer. I love that. I thought you got a lot of cool stuff from it. You got some stuff that's coming out. And even though I watched episode 12 up to episode 12 now, it's nothing I have really seen in that trailer. Like it's all new stuff. And we got to see the team up announcement. So that was like total hype for me. So those two are my two favorites. But yeah, if I had to pick, if I could include Picard, it would be Picard, hands down. But secondary was Power Ranger Beast Morphers. Bernie says, what's the Phase 4 film you're looking forward to the most? For me, it's Thor 4. Sounds the most interesting and has potential. Let me see. I'll run down the Phase 4 movie. And it's not just movies, Phase 4. Phase 4 is also a TV series. So we should keep that in mind. We have Black Widow. We have Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We have the Eternals. We have Shang-Chi in the Legend of the Ten Rings. Wonder Vision, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Loki, What If, that's the animated series, Hawkeye, Thor, Thor, Love and Thunder, Blade, and then we also got Fantastic Four is confirmed, X-Men is confirmed, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy, so Volume 3. So all those movies are coming out, and TV shows. I think I'm most excited for Shang-Chi. That's the one I'm most excited for because I love Shang-Chi. And anybody who watches Frontline knows that I love Shang-Chi. So for me, Shang-Chi is my ultimate one. I'm really looking forward to that. Tony says Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was hated on because fans wanted the show to be about the movie characters, which I am more interested in, the underdog characters getting shine. Honestly, I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as it is. Like, I think what they did with it was great. They could have tied it into the movies a little bit more. And I think season 1 was harbored by being, but I think season 1 was actually hurt by being tied to the movies because it wasn't until the end of the series, end of the season, where we got that turn where they could actually use the Winter Soldier stuff. I think, yeah, Winter Soldier, when they could actually use the Winter Soldier stuff, and they went into effect with that, and they ran with it, and I think that actually hurt the show some, because before that, they were like just used in filler episodes, and then that's when the real plot of the show kicked in. Alan says, I think Power Rangers has access to a database that shows who the Rangers of the past was. They could have it. They could have that. Tony says, hey, Jay, down the line, would you want to see Big Bang Theory reunion movie? I would like to see something more with them, but I would be happy if they don't. You know, either way, I would love to see more of them or not see them again. So, honestly, I'm okay either way. Revival, whatever you want to do, it's okay. As long as it's true to the core of the show, like the finale was, because they had a perfect finale. Brian says, if we're going to do Disney Plus shows, I don't have much interest in any of them except for making of Frozen 2 documentaries, actually, honestly. Um, some people want to see them, some people don't. So I'm interested in seeing them. So and interesting enough, there's a growing fan base of people who are petitioning to have um, the girl who plays Roxy, Alana Ramirez, play Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye show. So they're like really petitioning for her to play Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye. So I think they already got her cast and they're already filming it. So I don't think she'll get it, but it's fun to see them, petitioning for it. Maybe she can land like a animated role or something like that. Brian says, I think Big Bang Theory reunion movie doesn't sound like a good idea. The show ended well, just the way it was. I can see it going either way. Some shows come back when they had great endings, So I don't care either way. As long as it's done well and it's done with the same reverence that the show had. So it doesn't hurt the show. Brian says, here's an idea. What if Thanos had a slightly bigger chin? Will be Jay Leno. Tony says, Jay, there are some fans who don't know the Disney Plus shows will have quality like the movies. Yeah, they got the movie actors. They're a part of these are actually going to be a part of the movie universe. Like WandaVision is going to actually play off into what's going on with Doctor Strange too. And she's actually going to be inside of there in that movie. So it's going to be, you're going to pay attention to these movies these shows, because they're going to have more to do with the Marvel Universe than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or any of the other shows did. Let's see. Bernie says the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was average, but the second season was a major improvement. Season 3 was when it got great. Not a bad assessment. Bernie says, strangely enough, the making of Frozen 2 docu-series, not documentaries, docu-series, sounds the most interesting of all the planned Disney Plus projects. I don't think so. I think a lot of the shows sound better. Tony says, Jay, are you excited for the second Psych movie? I'm beyond Psych for that. I love Psych. It's one of my favorite shows. If I hear that theme song, I just gotta sing along too. I'm like, I know, I'm not telling the truth. I sing that all the time. I can sing it in the Spanish version and all that. I just love it. Let's see. Brian says, what was your introduction to the Big Bang Theory? Honestly, I think it was during season 3 of the show, either season 2 or 3. A friend of mine said, we were talking about shows we were watching, and we were getting ready to watch like Lost or something like that. And I had stopped watching because my dad had passed away, and that was a show that me and my dad watched. And it was kind of hard to watch shows that I watched with my dad at the time. So I took a break from a couple of the shows I watched. And my friend was like, Lost is ending and all that. Are you going to watch it? And I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. And then they mentioned this show called The Big Bang Theory, and I was like, yeah, I've heard of it. What do you want to talk about with it? They were like, you don't watch it? I was like, no. I was like, I just heard, all I heard about The Big Bang Theory was it was a sitcom about nerds. That's honestly all I heard about The Big Bang Theory up to that point. And he was like, dude, this show is made for you. It is all about comic books and geek culture and everything. You will freaking love the show. So I sat down and I watched the pilot, and then I was like, okay, I'm hooked. I'm gonna watch it all. So that's how I started to watch Big Bang Theory. And again, I think it was either season 2 or 3 it was on. Let's see. I think Sean and his are a great comedy duo. Oh, Sean and Gus, yeah, they're freaking insane. Those two are like perfect. Like they should be in a lot together. Tevye, welcome to the show, Tevye. He says hi. Burning Exorcist Jay. Tony, you guys aren't alone. My uncle is also a huge fan of Psych. Yeah, Psych has a big following. I love that show. That and Monk. Those were my two shows on USA. I used to watch them both. Terry says, Jay, breaking news, I'm getting my wish Jonathan Samuel Kent Superboy is going to appear in Arrowverse. I haven't heard that yet. I didn't see it yet. So, cool, Terry. But your wish was for him to have an animated movie, not to be in a live TV show. So you didn't get your wish yet. Tony says, I feel Psych deserves a couple more seasons because the last season felt rushed. I wouldn't mind a revival of Psych. If they brought back Psych as a TV show, dude, I'd be all over that show. I'd be watching it like a madman. That definitely should be coming back. They should definitely try to bring that back on Amazon, since Amazon has the rights to the streaming stuff. Amazon should do a revival of that, or if not, on USA do it. Burning said, Tony says, Burning, do you like Psych? Burning says, I like Psych, just not my favorite show. Just not my favorites, but it's good. I love Psych. I love the yin yang stories. Those were great. Like, I love that. Jay, also more breaking news. Young Justice season 4 is actually happening. I'm so happy. I had no doubt that it was going to happen. Like, I honestly had no doubt that Young Justice season 4 was going to happen at all. I made my video on this news. I know I saw your link on the Discord. So if anybody wants to join our Discord, we have a Discord on Common Frontline, and you can share your YouTube videos on there. So Tevia shares his on, it's called WeTube, our channel. So Tony says, I found the Big Bang Theory randomly on TV and thought it was kind of dumb, but I couldn't stop watching it. I loved it. It was on it's on syndication, so you'll always be able to watch it now. That show's never leaving syndication. They're going to be like Friends. I predict Big Bang Theory and syndication is going to be like Friends, where they're going to be making so much money they never have to really work again in their lives. Burning says, what are some of your favorite shows of all time? Any show can count. My favorite shows of all time. NCIS is a big one for me. I love NCIS. That show, again, the show I watch with my father. I watch a lot of shows, honestly. I watch a lot of TV. Smallville was a big show for me. Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Superman. CSI. I watched that. I like that. Murder, She Wrote. I watched that. Pretty Little Liars. Let's see. So much, like, again, all the DC TV shows, all the Marvel shows I watch. I mean, there's so many shows. I can list the shows forever. Lost season 1 was really good. Lost final season, not so much. Big Bang Theory, of course. Reba, Baby Daddy. Like, there's so many shows I watch. You're welcome, Kevin. He says, thank you, man. Tony says, I can rewatch Psych and never get tired of it. I do rewatch Psych. It's on Amazon. You have Amazon Prime, you can watch it on Amazon Video. So there you go. If you have that, you can watch it. Or if you have the DVDs like I do, you can watch them too. Terry says, speaking of news, I was just wondering how you feel about the upcoming Watch Your Netflix series. I saw the trailer and it does look interesting. Oh, Witcher. I didn't see the trailer yet, so I can't say. I did start watching a new anime on there. Zodiac Nights. I just started watching. I watched episode 1 so far. It's okay so far. Let's see. I'm gonna be wrapping this up soon, so if you guys want to get your final questions in, I know this is a shorter one than usual, but it's still a little hot in Philly, so I want to go watch some TV and relax because I had a hard day at work. So speaking of news, I already read that. Brian says I can watch Big Bang Theory and never get tired of it. Same here. I do watch it. I watch the syndication shows on the weekend, Sundays when I'm off, so I do watch that. Tony says I would love to see a Baby Daddy reunion. Baby Daddy needs to be picked up somewhere digitally. I mean, it does. Baby Daddy's is great. Daddy's Baby Now. JLS says hello. Hey, Jesse. I want to say thank you to Jesse for reminding me about the Star Trek panel. I was at work and I was so busy that I forgot that it was then. I was thinking it was a couple hours later. So thank you, Jesse, for reminding me that. But freaking awesome, love that stuff. And Jesse's gonna be on Talking Trek with me after Star Trek Vegas. Jesse and Justin, we're gonna be doing a Talking Trek on Star Trek Picard and Lower Decks and all that stuff. All the news that came out of San Diego Comic Con and all the news that comes out of Star Trek Las Vegas, we're gonna be talking on Talking Trek. All right, so stay tuned for that. Terry says, Jay, speaking of San Diego Comic Con, I'm just wondering, do you feel about Star Trek Picard coming out 2020? Because I saw the trailer and it looks interesting. Debbie, Star Trek, loved it. I think I watched it about 6 trillion times. I've watched that trailer. I've dissected it. I've looked at every single frame by frame. That trailer just has me so pumped for Star Trek Picard. Like, you have no idea. Brian says, final question, I guess. Have you seen Tangled, the series? It's shockingly good. No, I have not seen it yet. I've heard it was good, though. I have not seen it. David says, Jay, how do you feel about the upcoming X-Men comics coming out from Hickman? They sound interesting, but I'm not sure because it's Hickman, so I gotta wait. And we know that this is only a first wave because then we got Dawn of X, which is coming out. And out of Dawn of X, there's gonna be something else coming out after that. So this is only the first round of X-Men from Hickman. Terry says, do you think Star Trek Picard is going to be better than Discovery? I think it's a dependence on your taste. Like, I am old school when it comes to Star Trek, so I think this is going to be a little bit more old school than it is Star Trek Discovery. It's new school. So Star Trek Discovery, I think, is more for people who like the J.J. Abrams stuff, which is a little bit more risk-taking with the Star Trek themes. Like, it's more about the explosions and all that. Where I think Star Trek Picard is going to be more about exploring the themes of Star Trek, like humanity and all that. So I'm more for Star Trek Picard than Discovery, but both are good. I do like Discovery. Burning says, before I go, Pretty Little Liars, awful show. I disagree. I loved it. Didn't end the way I wanted to end. Some of the reveals weren't as good as they should have been. But overall, it was still an entertaining series for me. JLS says, I'm excited for Picard. Dude, me too. Like, unbelievable. I could not stop talking about Picard since Saturday. I couldn't. I think I annoyed a lot of my family while I was talking about it because they were like, shut up. Like, just stop. So I can't wait to talk about it on the Monday after Star Trek, which is, I think it's the 5th. After Star Trek Vegas, it's going to be Monday the 5th. Terry says, do you think Star Trek Picard will cross over into Discovery? I don't think so, because Discovery is going to be 1,000 years, 999 years into the future, Terry. That's where Discovery is at. Discovery is 999 years into the future. Picard is in the year 2399. Okay, so they're in the year, I think, 32 something. Star Trek Discovery, where Star Trek Picard is in the year 2399. They're different points in the timeline, just like JLS said. Why is Discovery in the future? Because you gotta watch season 2, dude. Season 2, they had to take the ship into the future to protect from a Borg-like AI. So you have to watch season 2 to really understand why they're there. But yeah, they're in the future. They're far in the future. 1,000 years, 999 years into their future. That's where they are. They are in, like, again, I said, they went during like the year 3200 and something. Like they're in the 33rd century now. Okay, that sounds confusing. It's not really confusing if you watch it. They're in the year, they're in the 33rd century. That's where they're in. They're in the 33rd century. So Picard is in the end of the 24th. No wait, Picard's in the end. Wait. Picard's in the end of they're 23. He's in 2399, so he's in the end of the 24th century, right near the end of the 24th century, and they're in the end. They're near like the middle of the 32nd century, the 33rd century. So that's where they're at. So it's not really that confusing, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Again, it was a shorter one because I had a lot to do. I still got to do some reviews, so I'm gonna cut this short. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'll have another one of these next month. And again, Talking Trek is coming up. I got tomorrow. I'm gonna have a review for Young Justice Outsiders, the new episode that comes out. I'm gonna have a review for Power Rangers Beast Morphers, episode 12 tomorrow. And I'm going to have a review for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 41. Yeah, 41 on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for Frontline Live tomorrow, Comic Frontline. We're going to be talking about San Diego Comic-Con news. We're going to be also doing a topic video on San Diego Comic-Con news on Wednesday for our group topic time. So until then, everybody, live long and prosper.